good day. It's 5 a.m. here on the West Coast. 5:23 a.m. on the West Coast. So the sun should be peeking out a little bit. At least the break of dawn should be um, gleaming at about 15 minutes, I guess. Let me turn off this LED light. Turn off there, you hound dog. Let me check out here. Yeah, it's almost, I'd say about 15 minutes and it starts to be the break of dawn. On and on and on and on. Keep it rocking till the break of dawn. So, yesterday was hectic. So I won't be trying that again soon. After I check to make sure that up and up, I'll check this one at the high school. And then I will attempt to go to Walmart again. But as far as going to Fresno, I don't think so. I don't think so. At least not anytime soon. Not until I find out how much a tow truck costs. Because I've only got one towing left this year. And I think the new year starts in February or March. I have to call. Because it's goofy because your insurance is different than your membership roadside on AAA. But yeah, I canceled that automatic payment because I read the thing they sent me. You're signed up for automatic payments, and they basically said if when we charge your account, if the funds are not available, we can freaking charge you $30 and cancel your membership. So I canceled that automatic payment last night. I unsubscribed from it. And cause it's just so confusing, right? I gotta call the roadside and ask them what's going on and when I'm supposed to, resubscribe, and I need to downgrade my membership. The premium is freaking. I'm not rich, so I can't be paying for no platinum membership. And so I'm gonna downgrade a little bit, save a little bit of money, because the rates have been going up and up and up. And then I subscribe to that, where you get 200 miles of towing. I subscribe to that, and it's just like, screw that. If I have to get, towed, I'll pay for the miles. What is it, 20 cents a mile or something? So, and all their other little perks about traveling. I don't travel, right? Flying to other countries, that's for rich people. So they can have that. I'll probably call them today. But yeah, so I'll go down here and check out this high school. But how stupid is that the chargers at high school, which are going to be free, they didn't even have anything to put up. They were just little things, little small receptacles. So they were free. So why do you think the cables are gone? These companies that are charging are suspect. They don't want people to have free ones, and why would they be going to them to pay for electricity? Who do you think's doing this? It's only the free ones that are targeted. And then also the ones that are in Fresno, they look ugly. It looks like prison. So they need to do something. I mean, it's good that they have them locked up. That's good. They lock them up at night. But they look ugly. They got to have something that's better looking than that. It makes the whole park look ugly. As a matter of fact, the park looks ugly too. I made a video yesterday out there in the park. Video came out crisp, perfect. And you could see that all the grass is tore up. Well, I guess it's because they got a lot of homeless people walking through there. But yeah, all the grass looked terrible. And so eventually, when the time is right, I'll go back to Fresno and I'll show you all the vandalism that has been done to all the free chargers. Okay? And that's a disgrace that all the schools are letting this crap go on when they could have video cameras out there to catch the people. I told you the CIA and the FBI already knows who's doing it. I told you who the suspect is. And so for poor people, I would suggest, if you're going to get an electric vehicle, I would suggest, well, you can't really get one with 70-mile range for under $3,500. Yet I did, but I had to travel far. I had to drive out of this area to go get it. And I would suggest not going out of town for 2 or 3 months until you find out all the little gimmicks about charging the vehicle. And like what happened to me yesterday. They pull money out of your card and then it will not dispense any electricity. And it doesn't tell you that it's because your card was declined. They just leave you hanging out in limbo. So I would say, do not go out of town in the vehicle. Only use it for town until you find out exactly what's going on with it. And get a Japanese brand, which is Nissan is Japanese. Toyota is Japanese. And even though their car is actually built in China, the RAV4 EV was built in China. But the number one thing is to clean up the planet. Okay? That's the number one thing, to clean up the planet. To stop all the smog, the ozone, destroying the ozone layer. It's wreaking havoc with the weather. But the next thing besides that is that you can charge your car for free. You're not spending money at the gas station no more. And um, you got people with $50,000 Teslas over there getting that free electricity. And and so not only that, but you know, a lot of people for whatever reason, I don't know what they're feeding them on TV. They've got to be feeding them something to make them despise clean energy and the electric vehicle. Who knows what they're showing on these programs, The Simpsons, The Family Guy, and all these other things. I'll bet you they're putting some kind of freaking jacked up subliminal messages, both consciously and unconsciously. This is the largest industry on planet Earth, energy. And but like right now, um I've noticed that people are like, you know, and basically if you go down and you buy a car for um $4,000, if you're on um assistance for, you know, your PG, your utility bills, if you get that, um over here it's called LEAP, it's assistance for your energy bills, you qualify for a rebate from your utility company because they know that you're going to be spending money on charging that car, right? Even though they have free chargers, if you look around, and and they're giving rebates. And so I just filled out for mine, and they give a rebate up to $4,000. That means they will be paying you money, right, for getting the car. So you're basically getting the car for free. And you know, look into it. You'll see. There's a bunch of people getting instant rebates from PG&E. PG&E is cutting the checks. Go check it out. I just filled out for mine. I just submitted the application. And and if you're rich, you get a rebate. But if you're poor, you get the rebate plus up to $4,000 rebate. Hundreds of millions of dollars were given to the states for this stuff. And they're negligent, letting all those things have had the cables cut for over a year and nobody's been over there to repair them. So I said the other day, I said, I'll repair them. Pay me. I'll go up there and repair them. I'll replace the batteries, check the inverters. I said, it's a piece of cake. So there's actually a school where you can learn how to do that. And you can also learn how to repair the cars, the electric cars. These are the new mechanics. Only these mechanics aren't going to be getting oil all over themselves. Okay? And the electric vehicle is immaculate compared to the oil dripping, freaking gross polluting dinosaur technology vehicles from the past. And they're teaching it right here in California. I sent for information because I want to learn, you know, if I was younger, you know, but still at my age, I'm still, you know, going to check it out so that I can see how much it costs and take this class. They're teaching you electric vehicles, how to repair electric vehicles, and how to repair the chargers, the charging stations. And this is what's coming. And the ones who don't keep up are going to fall behind and be kicked to the curb. And so they've got one in Canada, and I said, that's too far. And I was like, so these people over here are so hell bent on keeping this dirty, ancient technology, um, uh, antiquated freaking technology going, that they're not even allowing schools over here. So I went back to go check for the school in Canada, because Canada knows it's coming. They just opened the trade deal with China. All these electric cars, the affordable electric cars that are worldwide, everyone around the world is buying up these electric vehicles from China, affordable, cutting edge technology vehicles from China, and they were banned basically from the United States. And the United States told Canada, don't let them bring any of those vehicles over here, because it's a Tesla killer, right? And so Canada said, the hell with you, and the cars are on the way. So there's a lot of jobs for this type of stuff. Look at them. They're all jacked up. They all need to be repaired. All these freaking chargers, they're all freaking vandalized, fallen to pieces. And hardly anybody even knows about them right now, but those electric cars are coming. And so I went back to go look at that school in Canada. I think it's called Brown's Technical Institute. And you can actually take the course online. And then I found they got a school right here in California. So they sent me some information to my email. I'm going to read it and find out about this school and see if I can, take this course. It's a little bit difficult for me to read now, but I think it would behoove me to at least attempt it. Because these circuits are going to be cool. Now I have a background in electronics. Now, people who are just coming into it, they would have to learn electronics, but there's no prerequisite required to take the class. And I can understand that, because basically you could learn electronics basically overnight if somebody just shows you right. All you have to know is voltage, amperage, and power, and resistance, and inductance. And that's it. And so they're not teaching it right. And so now, with these three things that I told you, voltage, resistance, and current, you can figure out all the wheel has already been invented. Isaac Newton and all those people, they already discovered the formulas. So you have the formulas. It's all been put into mathematical units that you can calculate. And that's how you can understand what electricity is doing, right? And so it's not about going into physics and engineering, like how a battery works, right? That's physics and engineering. You just have to know the voltage that's supposed to come out of the battery, not what's going on inside the battery. The voltage, it's already been given units. The current, It's already been given units. This was all discovered by Benjamin Franklin and Isaac Newton and whoever else. And so it's a piece of cake. And all these mechanics, they should be studying this stuff right now. And they're offering it. The school is in San Diego. So there was only 2 schools that I saw, one in Canada and one in San Diego. And so, you know, all these different chargers, every charger, they all have different rates. There's about 6 different companies. And some of them freaking pull money out of your account like freaking jerks. Okay? Who knows who's behind these companies? You have to go in and check out the leadership. Who's the CEO and who's the leadership of the company? And so I'm like, you know, Lemoore, California is a military town. And they have people from all over the world and all over the country there because they're in the Navy. And so if you go to college there, you know, you meet all these different people, where it's different from like if you go to college here, because they have a campus here, West Hills College in Coalinga, and then they have a campus in Lemoore. And Lemoore, like I said, is a military town. So they're 2 completely different animals. They have 2 completely separate, different energies. Even though the campus here in Coalinga, the athletic section, the people who play football and basketball, all those people are coming from Arkansas, Chicago, right? They're all a certain ethnicity, but they're only on the campus. So it's a whole different energy, this campus compared to Lemoore. And, well, you know that people in the military, they make good money. And, well, they also get the red carpet treatment. Namely, for one, gasoline. When they go over and buy their gasoline in Lemoore, there's a gas station called Fast Trip, and they basically have the cheapest gasoline anywhere here in the valley. Second only to the Bingo Palace, right? But who wants to drive out there? And so they give them, you know, special privileges like that. And so it's ludicrous that here in Avenel, a little 1-horse town, I can get charged up, have access to more chargers that work, and have access to free charging, where Lemoore, that has a Kentucky Fried Chicken, this place doesn't even have a McDonald's. Nothing. Okay? Where Lemoore has a McDonald's, has a Taco Bell, has a Jack in the Box, 7-Eleven, Church's Louisiana Chicken, whatever that Louisiana Chicken is called, and 2 donut shops, and Save Mart, and a whole shopping center, right? With a whole shopping center, and a Domino's Pizza, and a whole downtown, and a few Chinese restaurants, a Vietnamese restaurant. Yet their freaking free charger is freaking hosed And if a kid goes around there, he'll probably get electrocuted. This is freaking gross, freaking negligence. And so they've only got one charger, and it's always got a car on it. Supposedly a free one. Supposedly supposed to have a fast charger, which the CHAdeMO connection does not work. And the other level 2 chargers, only one works in the whole freaking town. Not only that, but I could go from Lemoore, which I did, to Fresno. When I get to Fresno, I get charged $1.50, right? Because the electricity is only 24 cents, where in Lemoore, the electricity is like 50 some cents. These people in Lemoore, well, I don't know what's going on out at the base because they have a couple chargers out there, but the general public is not allowed on the base. Okay? The base is like 5 miles out of town. And so these people who are in town, the Lemurians, people in Lemoore are getting freaking shafted. They're getting screwed. The ones who have electric vehicles. They're freaking charging them too much, and they're giving them shitty freaking service. We get better service here in this little one-horse town, Avenel, California, than they have in Lemoore. The chargers in Lemoore are a disgrace. It's a slap in the face to the public of the citizens of Lemoore, California. It's disgusting. And so that's all I've got to share with you for right now. I'm sure there was something else, but I don't know what it is right now. It's supposed to be a sunny day, but I am not going to try and attempt to go back to Fresno again. No way. Not with the fast charger in Lemoore. It's the only fast charger on the way up there, and it doesn't work. I've already contacted the company twice, and they haven't done shit about it. And yeah, so I'm not going to attempt that, and I'm not even going to attempt going to Walmart unless I really need something. But other than that, I'm just going to stay here local and see how that company behaves, and see when they return. They took out, I think, $150 or $200. This company that I have, that I've been using here, charged me 3 times when I was in Fresno. ChargePoint that's the number one. They're everywhere. And I've been using them all here, but when I took off out to Fresno, they freaking charged me 3 times for the 3 different chargers that I used. They pulled $25 out of my account 3 times. And that's why all that crap happened. And the other company pulled out $50. These people are freaking sick. This dog shit needs to stop. The lawmakers need to get on these mofos, stop them from doing this shit. When you go up there and you buy some gasoline, you pull out your debit card, you put it up to the machine, it goes beep, and then it says, start filling the fuel tank. You put however much gas you want in it. No problem. A simple debit card transaction. They're not doing this with the electric chargers. They're freaking acting like freaking idiots, pulling $50 out of your card. Then you can't get they won't charge, nobody will dispense the electricity. And they don't tell you that your card bounced. They just leave you hanging in limbo to discourage the poor people. This is aimed at the poor people. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We'll go back live a little bit later. It's right before dawn here in on the West Coast, California, and the sun should be coming up shortly. So I'll try and go back on live. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know what's going on with this thing here. It's acting weird. I'll probably turn on the live stream when I get over there to the charger. As soon as the sun comes out. It's supposed to be sunny today. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't read that.